Hey, how you going? So you got the latest Blockshoots bulletin. It's really exciting. I think it's going to be one of the coolest Blockshoots bulletins we've ever gotten, and I think it's going to be a really cool update. So basically, we're going to be getting a 50 billion visits, which is an insane, huge amount of numbers, like update and celebration kind of thing. And we're going to be getting a brand new uh, format stuff for updates, and they're saying it's the most ambitious plans yet. So basically, late July, we're going to be getting weekly updates, which is really exciting. It's going to be probably pretty small updates of fruit reworks and a couple of gameplay mechanics being reworked or long-awaited features. But we're going to be getting weekly updates. We don't know how long we're going to be getting weekly updates. We're probably just only a couple, but that's still going to be really exciting. I think Blox's biggest problems they've been releasing updates so far, and they've taken years. They've just been taking so long to release updates. But doing this weekly update, I think it's going to build up a lot of hype because you see with Bloxroot's player count, they're going down quite a lot. And I think Bloxroots really needs something to revitalize and get Bloxroots up number one because currently Bloxroots is nowhere near number one, and it's hopefully this brings Bloxroots up a bit because I think this will get a lot of players back. So basically, we're also going to be getting a celebration event, which is really exciting for the 50 million of thing. We don't really know much about this, but I assume it's just going to be like you get some fruits or some limited time, like um, item or something like that in previous events, stuff like that, which I think would be really cool. And I think it's going to be a really cool event. Hopefully, they do something different and more interesting instead of just waiting this thing and then it'll like release gifts every 4 hours or something like that. Doing something actually interesting, maybe making like these big bosses or something, or these cool events, something like that. I don't know, but do something a bit more than just like the regular, like Christmas events or Valentine's event. I think they need to do more effort on that because it's 15 billion. That's like a really big number. And so yeah, we know we're gonna get three new fruit works. We got these three fruits. We don't know what these free fruits are, but they look pretty cool. I assume it's going to be similar to last time. We're going to get one mythical fruit kind of thing, and two not as common fruits like what we got with Gravity and Barrier and Falcon. So maybe Spring, something like that, and then like a really good mythical, maybe Shadow or something. Or I really hope Control because we've been waiting for Control for ages, but we're probably not going to be getting Control, which is really annoying because they have been promising Control for years, and we've been waiting for Control for years. And I think a lot of people would really want Control rework, and I think Control rework would bring a lot of people to the game. Like when Dragon rework came, over 3 million people played Block Shoot, so I think Control rework would have a similar. So they said in these weekly updates we're going to be getting fruit reworks, and also brand new game features and long-awaited features going to be added or reworked, which I think will be really cool. So we're going to get stuff like Valor, which is a new bounty system. We're going to probably get like C reworks and stuff like that. We're going to not a full C, but like this new area underneath Tiki. I think it's going to be a really cool update. It's probably going to be broken up into quite a few parts. So it's kind of annoying because we do have to wait for different parts, but I think weekly updates are going to be really cool. And I think it like carries on the hype because what happens with Blockroot's updates, a lot of people play for a bit and then it gets forgotten, and then the numbers go back down. But having this weekly updates constantly increases hype and keeps people playing. Hopefully they do something to increase playability, because I think that's Blockroot's big problem is a lot of people just leave as soon as the update comes, and adding a lot of replayability continues to keep a lot of the players on. We also got in this Blockstreet's bulletin more about the journal, and I think this is going to be a really cool part of the update. So we've been getting this journal kind of thing about these in the latest Blockstreet's bulletins. So now we know pretty much what it's going to be. So it's going to be this like page where you see the person's build, crew, achievement, stuff like that. So I think you can like be able to see the people's like where they put their stats and their achievements or the inventory, stuff like that, and you can kind of see it in the image they have. I think that's really cool. I don't know how it's going to work. Like if you hover over someone, you can see what like build they're using or something like that, or if it's a settings or something like that. We don't really know, but I think that would be really cool. And it's probably going to link to something with the new Valor system. And it'll probably like you can see how much bounty they have and how much bounty you get from killing them or something like that. I think that's a really cool idea. We don't really know much about that, but I think it'll be cool to see like what builds they have or what like specific stuff they're using. Because say you see someone with a sword build, you could just eat chop fruit and then really annoy them because they can't hit you. But yeah, it's a type of encyclopedia. We might be getting more encyclopedia stuff about like their personal progress and stuff like that. So we don't really know everything that's going to be on this personal encyclopedia, but I think it's a cool idea. It's going to be an interesting idea, and it's going to be pretty cool. We also got more stuff about the Miracle State Park thing. So a lot of people think that this is related to like some potion rework or something, but they're talking about fishing rods and this stuff about fish swimming upstream. We don't really know if this is about a fruit rework or a game mechanic, like adding potions. I think potions would be really cool. They kept on talking about how they're going to change PvP. Uh, I think potions would change PvP a lot because giving like more health for a minute or extra damage, stuff like that, I think that would be cool. I really hope they don't make potions really boring to get, kind of like berries. Like you just run around all of these islands to get them, and if you don't have portal, it's just really boring and hard to get. But yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff. Maybe fishing. I think fishing would really work for block truth. Just kind of like AFK grinding or something like fish. I don't know, but I think fishing would be pretty cool for blockers because there's a lot of sea and stuff like that, and it would fit with like sea reworks that they've been talking about. But yeah, we don't really know what's going to be happening with this state park sort of stuff. But pretty much every Blockshoots bulletin we've been getting that. Maybe it's a reference to fruit rework, some sort of like nature fruit. I don't really know from One Piece, something like that. I think that'd be cool, or something they're new adding. We don't know if they're going to be adding new fruits, but they're definitely going to be adding fruit reworks. Hopefully they do add some new fruits because they haven't really added much fruits in a while. I do understand reworking a bunch of fruits instead because making sure all of the fruits are really good, but adding new fruits as well occasionally, I think that would be really cool. Also, in a new fighting style, we're going to be getting Fishman V3. I think that would be really cool to get a new fighting style, especially since we're not getting Divine Art. There's going to be a huge amount of stuff. It's probably going to get broken up with like we'll get the new Fishman style probably a bit later, and we'll get the fruit reworks early or something like that. Or the fruit works are split between the different updates, and we get one fruit rework per update. But yeah, it's going to be still quite a while. It's probably like a month until we'll start getting the new news about the update, and we'll be getting the first update. But still, we haven't actually waited that long, and I think it's going to be really exciting. I think Block Shoots is really moving to a better place because if you remember, they took like 2 years to release the Dragon update, and they still haven't released Control. But they're trying to do better, and I think these weekly bulletins have really helped Block Shoots with communication and stuff. Because previously they just wouldn't talk about anything, but I think they've got more devs and stuff like that, so they can post more content. But yeah, this has been a really cool Blockshoots bulletin. It's going to be a really cool update. There's a lot happening. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.